can I go on? Okay, so I mentioned it's divided into three parts. You have the tabs, you have the group, and then you have the commands. And then I moved on to the name box. I said the name box basically gives you the name of a cell or a range. And you can always rename your cell, you can always rename your range. Yeah, and to do that, basically, just to alight, let's say I want to rename this table. I can select the table. Once I select the table, I go to my name box, click on it, and then I can put the name. So what can we call this? So let's call it data table. Enter. And then we've named it data table. There's a small arrow. When I click on that small arrow, you can see data table. Can we see the name? Yeah, if I select it, you see to highlight the data table. Exactly, yeah. And I can always refer back to it. If I do equal to, I can always call it back. If I want to reference the whole table, I can easily reference the table. Yeah, so that's the name box. So this small box. Another way you can do that too as well. Okay, sorry. So to avoid too many information, let me just keep it to. There's actually another way you can do that. You can create name tags, but I won't go into it. Where is it? Inside. Okay, yeah. So this is it here. Under formulas, define name. So you can use your name manager to also name, but I won't go into that. So I'm not giving too many information and we're not getting confused. So I've talked about the ribbons. I've talked about the name box. So next we have to the right is formula bar. So the formula bar, this is where you basically input the information or the formulas or calculations that you're going to be working with. So once you select your active cell, you can go to your formula bar and you input whatever formula you want to input or whatever information you want to input into that cell. You can either do that by double clicking that cell or you go to your formula bar and you input whatever you want to input. So it basically just allows you to input information, formulas, or calculation into a cell. So is that fine? So we've talked about the ribbons, we've talked about the name box, and then we've talked about the formula bar. Are we good? If I'm too fast, let me know. Yeah. So then we looked at, after we looked at the formula bar, then we looked at different formulas and also different functions. Then we went down to talk about sheets. So I said that basically this is called a workbook. Everything you can see right now is called a workbook and it has different sheets. So data is a sheet. The next is data analysis stage. This is a sheet, and then you have familiarize with Excel. This is also a sheet. So this is the ribbon I was talking about. Oh, so we don't really need all of this. So these are different sheets. So you have data sheets, data analysis stage, which is a sheet. Familiarize with Excel. This is also a sheet. And if you want to add more sheets, all you need to do is to click on the plus here with the circle. That allows you to add as many sheets as possible. And I say if you want to rename a sheet, all you need to do is to go to where you have sheet name, sorry, the sheet one, and you double click. And you can rename your sheet. So you can say new sheet. Enter. And I've renamed my sheet. And you can also give your sheet different colors. So you can change the color of your sheet. All you need to do is to go there, click on it, and when you right click, you click on tab color and you can select whatever color you would like to give your sheet. Do you want to try that? So click on it. Once that sheet is active, you right click and you click on tab color and you can give it whatever color I should deem fit. So I just give it the color green. Is that fine? So also, if you look to your right, we have a scroll bar. So this allows you to view sheet to the far right. So you can scroll to view other, to view your workbook or to view the sheets, the information to the right. So depending on how wide your screen is, like my own screen, look at my screen, the maximum I can see is 8K. With this scroll bar, I can see beyond 8K. I can see all the way to Z, right? And then also, this is actually called a scroll bar. So you can pull it to the left, you can pull it to the right. And then also, if you are on the sheet, okay, yes. So is that fine? So if you go down, this green bar that you can see, it might not be green for some people, it might be black, it might have other colors, but this is actually called a status bar. And this basically gives you the status of your sheet. So to your left, you can see ready. Basically, this tells you that you can input whatever information you're inputting. Sometimes you can see something like processing or different modes, basically. So sometimes you might think your system is hanging, but it might not be hanging. It's just that maybe it is recalculating or something, it's carrying out a particular operation. So with this status bar basically just tells you what mode your Excel is in, and that can give you an idea of what's happening or what's currently happening with your sheet. And then to your far right, okay, let me just input a formula. You'd see, okay, let me just highlight. You see something. So you can see count. So when you highlight, you can see I highlighted about 15 columns. So you can see count 15. Can we see it? Where my arrow key is. So that also gives you an idea of it gives you like quick idea of what you are dealing with. So you can actually see average. Sometimes it will show you the average, it will show you the sum, it will show you count. So because these are names or these are text, that's why it's showing us only count. If I also select numbers, you see it's giving us the average, it's giving us the sum, it's giving us the count. So I don't by highlighting, I can see the total without having to do sum. You know that sometimes you just want to quickly add a few numbers together. So with this status bar, you can easily just find the total. Okay, let me see what's the total of these three. Instead of having to do sum and selecting all of that, you can quickly just see the total, or you can see the average, or you can see the count. Is that fine? Yeah. And then also you can also select by right clicking, you can also select the other information you want to see. You want your status bar to actually show you. So if you want to be able to see maybe minimum, all you need to do is to select your minimum. You want to be able to see maximum, all you need to do is to select your maximum. But since I don't need it, I can easily remove it. So by right clicking, you can include more things you want your status bar to actually reflect or show you. Is that good? Is that fine? Okay, please, if I'm too fast, let me know. So that's just
No,
basically how we
Elusa,
started the
please. I don't
class.
know if you can hear
That's the
me.
general
Please.
overview I wanted to do. So we'll
Elusa,
jump
please, can
right
you hear me?
into this assignment. So this is actually a data set we've been given, right? So we can see it has the column ID. Remember I said, sorry, the customer ID. Remember I said usually the ID are usually unique. And the reason why you have ID is so that each entry is actually unique, basically. Yeah, it just makes it unique. And you can always use it when you're connecting. Um, that's more a little bit more advanced. But when you start dealing with connecting different tables together, that's where you see the usefulness of this customer ID. Yeah, because it actually allows you to be able to connect different tables together and using it as a reference, like a tag. Yeah, so you have your customer ID, then you have your gender. So obviously F stands for female and M should stand for male, right? Yeah, if you want to find out, yeah, F female, M male. So those are the only two things we have. Yeah, then you have marital status. For marital status, either married or single. Is there any other marital status again? Is that confused? Or I'm thinking about it. So yeah, so marital status is that you're either married or you're single. You can't be in between. Yeah, then some are in between. How can you be in between? Fiancé. If you are, even if you're still married, you even said it. Yes, sorry. Hello, sorry. Good morning. You are late. Yes, so you can't be doing that. Yes, so please, you can sit down. Yeah. Are you new? No. Second time. Okay. That means you need to join the next class. Yeah. So this is actually for those that have been part of the previous class. Yeah. So do you maybe you want to join the program, project management? Have you done project management? Oh, yeah. So project management is at the other hall. So down the hall to your left, Belt Hold. Yes, you see a door called Belt Hold. Alright, yes. So that way they're having it. Just knock on the door. They open it. All right. Thank you. Yes. So are we good? So someone was you're saying something. Marital status. But you're still until you are divorced, you are still married. When you're not divorced, you've changed to single. Yeah. So which means marital status, married, single. Yeah. So yearly income. You know, in some countries, gender, you might have more than two. But in Nigeria, it's just two. Yearly income. So we have our yearly income. So we have 0 to 2,500. We have 2,500 to 5,000, 50,000. Sorry, 0 to 25,000. We have 25,000 to 50,000, and then we have 50,000 to 75,000, and then 75,000 to 100,000, and then those that are greater than 100,000. Yearly income, yes. So they have revenue. So this is basically revenue generated, and then other ID. So our also other dates, you can see that it starts from 2011 to 2014, which means our data set starts from orders start from 2011 all the way to 2014. Then country, we can see we have different countries. Is that fine? Then we have date of birth, we have first name, all in capital letter, and then we have last name, all in small letter. Is this small letter? Oh, actually, it's in proper case. So is this fine? The data set we're looking at. Do we have any question based on what we're looking at? Just to mention, so if we want to convert from capital letter, so if we want to make it all capital letter, do you remember the function? Is upper equal to upper? We're able to convert the text from to all capital letter. If we want it to be all small letter, then the function is lower. Lower. So lower we have all small case. So equal to lower is for all small case, equal to upper is for all capital case, and equal to proper is for sentence case where the first letter is capitalized. Yeah. Sorry? First letter is proper. So if you want only the first letter capitalized and the other small letter is proper, equal to proper. Then we want it all small case, then you have equal to lower. And we want it all capitalized. Oh, this is like those online. Okay, oh, those online. Oh, someone put divorced. Okay. All right. So if there's no question, we'll move on. So now let's start proper. So I was just trying to explain our data set. So now the first step to analyzing your data is data exploration. So data exploration basically just has to do with more of a descriptive analysis of your data, describing what your data set really is. So when you're talking about describing, you're talking about count, like how many rows do you have, how many columns do you have, what's the average of your revenue, what is the total revenue, and all. So yeah. So now we'll be answering this question together. And how I'll be doing it is I'll be allowing you to tell me what to do. So you tell me what to do and then I'll do it. And if you don't know it, is where I come into play. So are we good? So those online, we're going to be doing the same thing. So once I ask the question, you respond in the group chat. You tell me how we can get that answer. So we go, you all have to open. Do you have it? You should download it and open it. You open it directly. Yeah, you want to. Okay, so we're going to start now. Please, if you're having issues opening the document, let me know. Just a few guide things to take note of. Um, Kindly download the Excel before you open it. And then when you open it, ensure you click on Enable Editing so that you can actually be able to edit. If not, you'll be able to edit the document. So click on Enable Editing. You'll see it will be like a yellow bar that will appear at the top of your screen. You just say it asking you to enable editing. Yeah, so ensure you click on enable editing. So one, download it before opening. So download it, don't open it directly from your WhatsApp. Download it, then open it, and then once you open it, click on enable editing, then you'll be able to edit the document. And then we are in data analysis stage sheet. All right, so just need to mention that guideline. So yeah, the first question is how many variables of columns do we have? So what is it asking us for? How many variables of columns do we have? How do we get that? Who wants to help me? So those online, you can also try. How many variables? So we've gone through our data set. So the question now is how many variables of columns do we have? So English, how many columns do we have? How can we get it? I know you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, but how do we get it? I've already even said the answer. Like what function will help us get the number of columns? Rashid, that you're hiding, I can see you. So those online you can try. Adebayo or Payemi, I can see you. Who is baby girl? Please rename yourself. Um, Adora, Cynthia, do you want to try? Alio, do you want to try? How can we get the number of columns? Okay. We'll be doing this. So how can we get it? I actually said it even when I was trying to explain. Mm-hmm. Do we know the columns? What are the columns? How do you identify a column? Is it by the letter or number? Which one tells you the column? The letters, right? So A, B, C, D, those are the columns, right? Yeah, so now I want to know how many columns. So how many columns, or how can we get the number of columns in our data set? How can we get the number of columns? Okay, so someone has already gotten it. But no, you see, I'm trying to flip. But you can go on before I read out what we had in the chat. Mary Jane has gotten it, but we're saying something. Say. So to get the number, we want to get the number. Yes, so you use count. Yes. So well done, Mary, Bobby. Thank you very much. So that's how you actually, that's how to do it if you want to do it. But it's basically you use count and then you use you use shift down. It's actually control shift down to select everything. Jonathan. So it's actually control shift right because it's the column we're looking at. So control shift right. And then also, yeah, endowed to, yeah, also correct. If you highlight everything, it will show in the status that, sorry, to show the status bar. Yeah. So to actually do it, let us quickly do it together. So equal to count. Remember, is how many. So how many basically speaks to count. Are we good? Is anyone confused? We're looking at the number. So we're counting it. How many? Like how many laptops do we have here? How many laptops do we have here? Laptops do we have here? 4. How did you get the 4? Thank you very much. Do you understand? So Excel is just basically logic. So we're counting. So equal to count, and then we're going to count the column by selecting all the column and then close our bracket and enter. So how many columns do we have? How many columns do we have? Oh, sorry. How many columns is actually counter? How many columns do we have? Equal to count A. Eh? In our data set, how many columns do we have? So it's equal to count A. Do you know what we're using count A? Remember, counts only counts numbers. Count A counts cells, sorry, counts any cell that has been filled. And then count blank, count only empty cells. So now we're using count A. So count A will count both numbers and text. Yeah, so we're using count A. So are we good? So this next question is, how many rows or records do we have? So how many rows do we have? How do we get it? How do we get it? What function? Count. Thank you. We're counting now. See how many? So that's equal to count A, open brackets. Remember the syntax. And then we're going to select everything. Remember to select everything is Control Shift and then down. And then we'll press enter. So how many rows do we have? Welcome. Good afternoon. So how many rows do we have? So for those that might be confused, equal to count A, open brackets. I went to my data. I selected the first one. I held down Control, Shift, down to select everything. close my bracket with shift, close bracket, shift 9 or shift 0, sorry, close bracket, and then enter. So how many rows do we have? How many rows do we have? Thank you very much. So that's 17,422. Are we good? Do we understand how I got that? Remember, I said you need to listen so that you understand. Do you know how I got it? Chika, do you know how we got it? Ah. Rashida, what did we get? You don't know what we got? Hey. How many rows? We're counting the number of rows. So do you know how we got the number of rows? So we used count, the count function. So are you ready? Can we do it together now? Are you listening? Chika, are we together? Yes, sir. Or are you having any issues there with something? Okay. So equal to count A, open bracket. I went to my data. I went to my data sheet, selected A2. After selecting, I clicked on Control Shift down to select everything. Then I didn't click on anything again. Shift 0 to close my bracket. I didn't go back because I didn't go back. While I'm still here, I closed my bracket and then enter. Yeah, so please let's try it. So did you get that, Rashidat? Which is the last thing? Close bracket. Huh? Close bracket. Shift 0. I know these other ones are very easy now. So are we good? Can I go on? All right, thank you, Rhoda. So we'll be moving on. So the next one is what is the minimum? Okay. Count. We're counting. Count A. So does someone want to help me out? Why do we have retail table 2? Why is it showing retail table 2? Retail table 2, then the square bracket and customer ID. Why is it showing it in this format? Who wants to try? Because nobody asked me, so I'm asking you. Okay, so Chris. All right, thank you very much, Rhoda. So retail table 2 is not the name of the sheet. The name of the sheet is actually data. So why is it retail table 2? I explained it when I was talking about name box. Very close and down. You're very close, but that's not it. I explained it when I was talking about name box. So you can still go to your name box and click on that small arrow. Thank you very much, Rhoda. All right. Yes, so that's the name of the table. Ali, are we together? Those online seem to be following that, even those in class. Are we having any issues there? So do you understand why it's retail table too? That's the name of the table. When I was explaining name box, do you remember? now explain the concept of name box or this name your table. So when you name your table, it's easy for you to just store that table. So now we're trying to count. Now it has detail table, and then square brackets basically now shows the name of the column. Counting. Counting, and you select column. So equals to quantity. So you see that's one of the things. Yeah, that one. No, data chicken. See bubbles everywhere. What's the issue? But you got it right. Yes, you got it. I was thinking you're not following. So do the next one, minimum. We'll use something that's which of these sentences? A2. Where is it? A57. This comment changes to. What do you get? With the same difference. So are we good? Are you good? What's the total? How many rows do they have? So what's the name? Yes, am I the row? Yes. Yes, so select the amount. So we need to select A2. Select cell A2 first. Control shift. Control shift. Control shift. That's control shift. Then down. I will select anything. Then close your brackets. Shift. Then shift. Shift 0. What do you have? So do you have some 2,422? Yes. So are we all on the same page? Can I go on? All right. So that's why my table is showing. I'm just trying to explain why my table is showing this. So the next one is mean. So it's asking us for the minimum range. How do we get the minimum range? How do we get the minimum range? So what is the minimum revenue? Sorry. What's the minimum revenue? How do we get the minimum revenue? Equal to? Thank you. So can we try? Let's give it a try. Equal to mean, and then you select your revenue. So those online, please, let's try the next one. What is the minimum revenue? I need someone online to tell me. I want to see who the first person will be to get it online. Okay, so Yeti, I said, what is the minimum revenue? So I'm trying to get the minimum revenue. So Rhoda said 2.5. Soji said 5. Well, 2.5 is smaller than 5. So let's see who's going to be the first to get it. What's the minimum revenue? Someone online has gotten it, as mentioned. Minus. Okay, please. What's our minimum revenue? Minimum revenue. Rashida, you're copying. So the function is equal to me. Then you select your revenue, you will be selecting. So try it. Oh, that's not television. Dexter. That is television, not Dexter. So when it's angry, I just escape. So what are minimum revenue? Minus, okay. Why is it showing minus? How is the revenue negative? I don't know if it's a loss. Revenue shift. We continue. Yeah, I'm seeing, I'm seeing that. Yeah, there's a reason. So, yeah, I know that. I don't know, there's something wrong with it. What did you get? 2.53, right? Yeah, that was somewhat wrong with 2.53. Or I don't know why your revenue is negative. It's only if they are going for number. So something. And downloaded it first. I'm trying to find out. Are you good? You get it? So equal to me. Yeah, so go to data. Look at the head and the sheets. Sheet control. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. So let's do it together. So good afternoon. Equal to me. For those that didn't get it, please let's just watch it. Equal to me. Equal to me. Can I go on? Then I go to my data. I select the first revenue. Holding down Control and Shift. I'll press down and then close my brackets and enter. And I'm having 3. So don't worry, it's because it's actually 2.53. It's because it was approximated. So I just basically took, so the minimum revenue is 2.53. Who got 2.53? I think that was Rhoda. Rhoda was the first person online. Never online generally. So well done, Rhoda. So let's try the maximum. People are hot. 5.3. Okay, so let me get there first. All right, so Maximum is 5,398, right? 0.345. All right, awesome. 0.345. That's fine. What of total revenue? Okay. So our minimum revenue is 2.53. Our maximum revenue is 5,398. Then now our total revenue. So what are we using for our total revenue? What function? Thank you very much. Roland, are you with us? Okay. Rashidat, you have your lights. Okay. So what's the name? Sorry? Nikita. Nikita. Like the lady in that movie. The badass lady that was killing everyone. You know Nikita, the series now? Nikita. Oh, like Nikita. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice to meet you, Nikita. You know my name, right? You don't know my name? Okay, please, what's my name? Ah, okay. My name is confusing. Wow, that's interesting. Please, it should not be confusing. Go and check for me on LinkedIn and follow me. My name is Oluwa Shei. Or Shei, yeah. So you can call me Shei, but if you want to check on LinkedIn, Oluwa Shei. I'm actually wearing this top on LinkedIn. So please check me out. Yeah, so my name is Oluwa Shei. Nice to meet you, Likita. Please, if you don't understand at any point in time, call me back and I'll try and recap. Right, so what's our total revenue? I have given us a little time. Okay. Aliu, are you getting? I don't think you get the same. Huh? So, can you re-download it again? Re-download it again. Yeah. So when you download it, copy the revenue and then just move it. So and paste as value in what you're working with. So immediately you do that, the minimum revenue, all of those things will update automatically. Do you understand? So open a new one and then just copy the revenue and paste. I'm suspecting maybe at some point while trying to calculate, you dragged something you're not supposed to drag. That's what I'm suspecting. Yeah. Okay. So what's our total revenue? So let's do it together. Equal to sum. And then select the revenue, Control Shift down, enter. So did you get 21,764,629? Okay, awesome. So what of average? Average is 1,249. So select 1,249, right? Okay, all right, that's correct. 0.26. Okay. So we can just keep it to 2 decimal places. All right, so are we good? Okay, you undo. Okay. All right, that works too. So are we all good? Those online, is anybody confused? This is like the easy part, so I think we should be fine with this. Average, equal to average. The same thing, you select everything. Average is not showing. Oh, it came up. It was waiting for me to talk. So yeah. So we're waiting for you. Have you done the total? What did you get for the total? Okay, no problem. Just finish the average. So yeah, so Chika, do you want to try the next one? So we're done with data exploration. The next part is data preparation. 628.2 because it's approximated, yeah. So 28.64. So it's basically rounded it up. 1249.26. All right, fine. So yeah, we're on track. So are we all good? Can we move on to the next stage? Okay, so the next stage is derive a new column for the year and the year month using other dates. Wow. Someone said, wow. No, don't get confused. So what it's telling you to do is, what we want to do now is, we want to extract the year and then also the month from the other dates. So this is something you can do. Can you remember? Did we do something like that before? You did something like that, right? You remember? So but you didn't know how to do it. You've forgotten. Okay, so we want to extract only the year from the other dates. So who wants to give me a try? Like, what do you think we can do? How can we get it? Okay. People are going to check your notes. So first, the first thing we're going to do is to first introduce a new column. Do you know how to insert a new column? So let's first insert a new column just immediately after other dates, between other dates and country. So let's quickly do that. So insert a new column between other dates and country. So select country, right click, and click on insert to insert a column to the left. Okay. Select country, right click, and click on insert. Are we good? Can I go on? Okay, so next, equal to, yeah, waiting. So I'm going to combine, okay, if I do this, it will be confused. So let's do step by step. Text, equal to text, open brackets. Sorry? We're trying to extract the year. Yeah. So there are actually several ways you can do it, but I'm going to use the one I taught you in class. Okay, please tell us. What did you see on TikTok? Yeah. Yeah. There are actually several ways now, but you know what I told you at the beginning of the class? So I'm trying to keep it simple. We don't complain that it was still a lot. So look it simpler. Okay, do you want to show us any of them? Okay, so another way basically is you can insert, there's your home tab where you have cells, the cells group. Can you see insert? Yes. So there's an arrow key, click on it. You see insert sheet columns. You see different insert. You can see insert row, insert column, insert cells. Can you see that? Under home tab. So before you click on it, ensure you select one of the country. Yeah. Then go there, click on insert. You see, can you see insert row, insert columns? Boom. Start. Boom. Start. No, there are actually several ways you can do it. Yeah. So for me, everybody has their own approach. This is for me. This always feels not easy. Because I use this approach for rules and comments. So I think it's something that has explained and seems they want to expand so of coming ranking it. I thought that's a class. You guys teach a class. How? No, I was just like using my YouTube so you can watching me on YouTube. Like, class is not working. But yeah, so if you want to do that, basically, all you need to do is select all the columns. So once you double click on one of them, everything will adjust automatically and it will fit to to it. Yeah. Don't we can actually try that later. But let's just quickly let's go on with what we're doing. So equal to text. My ear is refusing to come out. Don't worry, to come out. Text. What's that? Equal to text here, then select the other date. One. So, okay, this project is not coming now. Can I go on? Oh, okay, so okay, so Rhoda says she's done already. I don't know, Rhoda is on fire. Are we done in the class? So I'm waiting for it to come on so we can do it together. So for those online, sorry, we're having a little bit of technical setback in class here with our projector. Just a few minutes. We're still submitting this. What's happening to Okay, so because of time, I think we'll just have to find a way to go on without the projector. So yeah, so for the year is equal to text, open brackets. So I'm typing in G2, only one of them. Equal to text, open brackets. I think it's working now, it's working. So equal to text, can you see it? Open brackets. Then I select F2. Can you see it? Comma, double quotes, and then I'll have my yeah. Double quotes, close brackets, and enter. I've extracted my year. So the second one is, they said year month, right? So this next one is year month. So we have year month. So we should be able to do this one now, can't we? Year month. What's the second one? Is it not year month or is it month year? Year month, right? See, they're even giving us what to even work with. Y hyphen MM. That's the order. Equal to text, open brackets, order date, comma, y hyphen mm, and then you close your brackets. Do you remember this? Okay, awesome. And then enter. So do we have our year months now? Do we see how to extract the year and the year month from the other dates? Are you confused? Okay, so I'm going to undo. Did you get the year? Actually, yeah, that's so much true. So equal to text, open brackets. Then the first argument there is the value, which is the other date. So I'm going to select the other date as F2, comma. Then the next is format text. So how do you want it to appear? Double quote, we want it to be year, hyphen, month. So that is the format. And I will close it. No, once you select it, to show at other dates. Yeah, you're not using Excel now. I'm using Excel. It's not WPS. So you'll be fine. Just continue. Just type it, don't worry, it will work. It's the same, it's a spreadsheet, so it will work. So the reason why it's showing other dates, remember I explained, because it's a table I'm working with. Now we convert it to a table. We go working with a table to show at other dates. Why? For your own case, yes, it works. Yeah, so it's always works. You're fine. So you just have to do it like that, following that process. Anybody having issues again? You're good. Nice. Nikita, right? And you? How far? You get it? Chica. 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 Okay. Chica. Yes. Something wrong with start. I'm saying no, when they just year and month. So remember you're creating two columns. One is for the year only, the other one is for the month. Oh, I created another column. I created two columns. Sorry? It's what? Okay, okay.
Sir, please share your screen. We can't see anything.
We can't see your screen for like 5 minutes now.
So can we go on?
No, sir, we can't see your screen.
Sir,
Share
we
your screen.
can't see your screen.
So can we go on?
No, sir, we've not
So
been
the
able to
next
see your
is
screen for the past 10
derive a new
minutes.
column for weekday. So derive a new column for weekday. Can we do that?
Mr. Shea,
This should
we've
be
not
easy
seen
now.
your screen.
Derive a new column for weekday. Do you remember? E.g. Monday. So what day was that transaction? Did that transaction happen? That's what it's asking you. What day of the week? Was it on a Monday, on a Tuesday? So what weekday did that transaction happen? So let's quickly do that. Let's quickly do that. Yeah. Double click the fill handle. You know, there's one small box at the edge. Yes. No.
Sir, we can't see your screen. Can you hear us?
So what weekday? So derive the weekday for that transaction. Weekday for the transaction. So once you're done, let me know. Can we do that? Let's quickly do that. Let's quickly do that. So done. Have you gotten the weekday? Anybody online that's gotten the weekday?
Sir, we can't see your screen. For 15 minutes now, I've not seen anything.
DDD. She figured it as DDD. Weekday is today, so it's DDD. So let's see who the first to figure that out. Do you understand what I mean by DDD? You understand? Okay. So let's see who's the first to hack it. Eh? Thursday for which one? For all the days of the transaction. What day was that transaction made? Okay, awesome. So someone has gotten it. Someone has gotten it. Maybe you're coding. Maybe you're pressing. Yeah, we need one like this. We need one like this. So it's same. So it's in text, not. Select the other one first. Okay, awesome. We're going to choose this. So, certain people look for other dates. So insert the code between this and this, between country and so let's click on right click. So let's get it here. Oh, awesome. And show what to do. That's all. Let me take another year. But please, let's change the name of our column header. For the year, put year. For the year month, put year month. Then for the weekday, put weekday. Do you understand? Yes. Let's rename our header. Okay, so now let's give it a try for those that didn't get it. So now I inserted. Let's watch. If you didn't get it, yeah, hello. Good afternoon. Okay. Yeah, what time is your flight? Tomorrow. Okay. Okay, I thought we were coming today. Okay, what am I going to get in here? Abuja. Oh, okay. No problem. I'm actually not home, but once you're closed, just let me know. Yes. I sent the address. I sent the address to her. I don't know if you got it. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. The weekday, so that is equal to, yeah. Name your column. So just double click. Double click and then So can we go? I will rename our column. So for weekday, let's quickly do it for the weekday. So equal to, what's it? Who wants to help me out? What am I doing? Text, comma, select the other number, right? The other date, and then, so do we all get this? The weekday? All right, so the first transaction fell on what day? Thursday, right? We all get Thursday. All right, and we got after that Sunday. All right. So was there any Saturday or there's a Saturday? Yeah, so do we understand? All right, so we are done with this. So what's the next one? Now merge the first name and last name together as customer name in lowercase. This is interesting. So let's give it a try. Quickly. So now I'm merging the first name and the last name. Do you remember how to merge two names together? Okay. Oh, you don't have to separate. Okay. So do you know how to join? Do you remember how to join? You remember there were two ways: concatenate and the ampersand. Right? Concatenate what? Okay. All right, you're fine. So let's quickly do that together. Time is actually going. So now, so we want to merge the first name and the last name together, and we want it in lowercase. So equal to first name and space and last name. But now they said in lowercase, so I'm going to put it in bracket and I'm going to do lower. Enter. And so we have it in lowercase, first name, last name, as customer's name. Why am I what? So that is it. Equals to lower, open bracket, first name and space and last name. This is already 1 p.m. So we have just 30 minutes to go. Who's closing by 3? It's different from me. What did you get? Equal to open bracket you put comma. No. First name, remember a comma separates each argument. So we need to put a comma. So first name, comma. Wait, sorry, what am I even saying? There's no comma, it's concatenate. I don't know why I'm thinking of concatenate. Which one I'm using is ampersand now. So that is first name and that's the ampersand. Then you put your space, which is double quotes. Then and last name. If you're using concatenate, it will be first name, comma, the space, comma, last name. So first name and space and last name. You can see it on the screen if you are confused. Okay. I think I prefer proper. I usually like proper. Let's use proper. Roland, if I come there, we'll increase your pay. Charge the problem. If I come there and it works, you charge the problem. No, no, no. Why is it? So Ronald said that he wants to donate to Dexter Bureaus. Wants to pay twice. Huh? You can't see the screen? Yes. Oh, okay. So sorry. So sorry for those online. I don't know how I missed. So sorry. Sorry, Rhoda. Tolo, Yeti. Sorry, I was not looking at the chat. Yeah, but I hope you can see my screen now. But please, did you? Sorry, Mr. Chris, please. Sorry about your data. Yeah, but hope you got the other ones we did. That's the year, the weekday, the year, and then the year month. Please can you just confirm if you got all of those things? It's only year. Sorry. So for the year month and the weekday, it's almost the same thing. Oh, it did. All right. So let me just repeat it again. So you got the year. So for the year month, it's the same thing. Text, open brackets, other dates, comma. We have the year, hyphen, and then close bracket. So that's for the year month. And so you have your year month, year hyphen month. So just in case you're trying to do it, this is it. So use your text function. That's the way we did the year. It's the same thing. The only difference now is we're including the month. So for weekday, it's the same thing. Text, open brackets, the other dates, comma. This time we'll be using DDDD, which is a day of the week for weekday. So that's what we did, and then we have our weekday. So the only difference is in the format. For year, it is YYY. For year month, it is year hyphen month. And then for weekday, it is DDDD, which is like day of the week. Okay, so I'll just move on. So that's for weekday, year, and year month. Then the next question was that we should merge the first name and then the last name and call it customer name. So we created a new column, named it customer name, and then let me just do it again so I don't. So we named it customer's name. After creating a new column, and then to merge it is equal to. So they said we should merge it and make it lower, but saying let's make it, I prefer proper. So let's use proper. So equal to proper. Then first name. Remember that in two different cases, so wants to be in one uniform case, and in this case proper. That's why we're using proper. So equal to proper, first name and space and last name, close the bracket, and enter. I can see that we've been able to merge the first name and the last name. I've called it customer's name. So that's where we stop. So are we all together now? Okay. So let's move on. So this is where this gets more interesting. So it says derive customer age as difference between birth date and the other date in terms of year. So let's do it. It didn't work. Is it right? And try it now. They've told you already now. Derive the customer's age as the difference between their date of birth and their other dates. Okay, Rhoda, that's noted. Formula bar for the combination. So please let's get the age of the customer. We want to get the age of the customer, which is the difference between the date of birth and the other date in terms of year. But look at yourself. So one of the things I'll tell you is please feel free to make mistakes, right? It's okay to keep trying. Even myself, I always make mistakes when I'm doing these things, but the more you practice, the better you get at it. So give it a try, make the mistakes. So what is it asking you for? The age, right? So you want your age to be close to your other date or your date of birth. The other date or the date of birth. Any of them. Yeah. So that you can easily put the difference. So just select where you want to put it. Doesn't really mean. I think it should be close to the date of birth. So customer's age. Has anybody gotten it? So now let's try. So I think the first one you want to try is, because you said the difference between, to get the customer's age, it should be the difference between the date of birth and the other date, right? Right? Did you try it? So why are people not trying it? So that is date of birth. No, that would be the current age, other date minus the date of birth. Did it work? Did it work? Sorry? No, I'm asking now. Tell me what to do. It's your assignment now. We're working together. Someone's asking me, why did I use minus? So customer's age. Do you understand what the other date means? So now let's say I sell a bottle of water, right? Nikita is a customer. Nikita comes and wants to buy a bottle of water, and I give him my register to input his information. So I tell him to put his date of birth. He puts his date of birth. The other date is today. If I want to get his age, how will I get his age? I know his date of birth, and I know the date today that he came to buy the water. So how will I get his age? Thank you very much. The thing when he was born to the day he ordered it, right? Gives you his age. And all you really need is the year he was born and the year you ordered it. So the difference basically gives you the age. And I think you should give it a try now. So there's actually a function that can help you determine the age, and the function is called dated if. It's called dated if. But usually, if you also subtract the birth date from the other date, it should give you, but it's sometimes not usually very accurate. There are always issues with the calculation.
I just able to other day, like date of birth.
Yeah. What do you do? So that I said sometimes it works, sometimes it gives you some errors. But, so you can use data like audio or computer. So there's a function called dated if. So the reason why I wanted you to try this is so that you understand some of the errors that comes with making these calculations. So there's a function called dated if equal to dated if, open bracket, the start date, date of birth, comma, end date, the other date, comma, and then the format. We'll also put it as year. I'm still typing, you say you don't understand. What does you understand? And then we'll select number.
I used to say this one is correct.
And we have the customer's age. Do you understand? Yes. Any question? No. I was still typing it. You were telling me you don't understand. So what don't you understand? Equal to. I said there's a function called dated if. It helps you to calculate, yeah, dated if. It helps you to calculate the age. Or basically, it helps you to estimate the difference between two dates. So that is what the dated if function does. It gives you the difference between two dates. So the format is dated if, like dated if, open bracket. The first one is usually the start date. So the start date is usually that's the birth date, comma. The second argument is the end date, which is our order date, comma. And then the last is the unit. So to ask you for the unit, I'm going to put it in, which is either the year or the month or the day. Rashid, that's why you're looking like that. I've not typed anything. It's still there. You can't, are you seeing it? Dated if, open brackets, start date, end date, comma. The unit, which is year. So we're looking at, we want to find the difference in terms of year. So we want to find the difference in terms of month, it will be M. We want to find the difference in terms of day, it will be D. But in this case, we're finding the difference in terms of year. So we're putting Y, close brackets. How many Y? One. Yeah, double quotes. Thank you. After that, you press enter. So now we can see how it's appearing. The reason why it's appearing is because of the format. So now we need to change the format from date to number, because the age is what? Is it a number or a date? Number. So I'll select everything. How did it appear? And yours is good now. I wanted to show like this. Yeah. Okay. So change it from date to number. No, not the same thing. The one you showed was, no, I'm coming. We'll do it together. And then I removed my 000. You don't use the data if. I'm coming. Yes. Yeah. It's also showing you don't have to try your own. What's the year for this one? What's the year? For the first one. We have 2, 22, 19, 00, right? Yes. All right. So now let's do the formats. Change it from date to number. Yeah, what are the numbers? No, where's the space? Which phone? Chicken. But yeah, So have you done this? Okay, so the subtractions is equal to. Did you join us today? Oh, yeah, the only one. Okay, okay, that's true. Oh. Huh? Which one? Okay, you know, don't get other dates minus birth dates. Or birth dates minus other dates. Sorry? Yeah, close the bracket. For which one? So now I want to try the other one. Let's see if it will work. So I've not tried this before. So what I want to do now, I want to extract the year and then subtract both year. I
So which one is the right one? Second one.
what's that?
It's appearing different from that.
So did you get the age?
Yes, it's the age, not age.
What's the age?
It's 1940.
1940 is the age.
No, like the answer is that
The answer is
the
that
last
year.
digits at
So the first one is 1900. But this one, the last one is 1940.
So the last two digits is correct, right? We change this number. That's the challenge. Yeah, that's let me try. We can use so we do okay. So I use the prospect. So that's the challenge.
So how do you do this?
I use text. So are we good? So actually, apparently, so are we good? All right. So another method. Okay, so let's listen. So there's actually another approach, apparently. So we can still use the subtraction. So equal to other dates minus birth date. Then equal to text, open brackets. So once you do the difference, then we'll just extract the year, comma, YY. And so we have the age. Then we'll combine both. So you need to combine text. So that's another way of getting the age. So use text, open bracket, other date minus the birth date, close bracket, comma, then put the format.
And that's YY.
YY, yeah. Those are the two different ways you can actually get to do it.
Where you have to select other the first, then minus.
Yes, so order this count first. So let us keep this. This one is hard, but this is easier. The text, using text or using dated if, which do you prefer? Dated if. Okay. So those online, hope I've not left you behind. Yeah, so Oladipo Toluwani, that's what we actually did. Can actually do that using my subtractor. Rhoda, all right. Also, so we can move on. Can we move on? Can we move on? So we've gotten the customer's age. So what's the next thing we're looking for? So the age band based on categories shown on the left. So what are the age bands we have? What are the different age bands? Roland, one house, one house. What are the different age bands we have? We have teenagers, right? Young adult, adult, seniors, and then elderly, right? Yes. Are we good? So let me use dated if. People say you prefer dated if. This extension. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. So let's move on. We're looking at the customer age. Sorry for that pause. I need to quickly do something. We're looking at the customer age, right? Yeah, so please we don't want the code, so let's copy it and paste as values. Let's copy and then paste as values. So did you notice an error for those that use text? So if you use dated if, you won't notice that error, but if you use text, you notice the error. Where does it align to? It aligns to the left, which means it's stored as a text. So we need to convert it back to a value. So you equal to value, open brackets, and then I'll replace it. Okay, so we are good, right? Are we good? Sorry? Why? This is already 1:30, so after this, I'm done for today. So tell me why we're not good. I just explained what I just did now. So I said, did you use dated if or use text? So if you use dated if, you don't need to do what I did. So if you use text, what will happen is it will be stored as a text. So I need to convert back to a value. So I have to first copy and then paste as value and then convert to value. That's what I did. So now, so the next thing we need to look at is age band. It's asking us for the age band, right? So this is where most likely we'll end the class. Let's see first. So let's look at the age band. So how can we get the age band? Who wants to help me out? What can we use? What function would help us get the age band? So the age band basically is, are you a teenager? Are you a senior adult? Are you an adult? Are you an old man? So what are the, sorry, let me look at the categories. So a teenager, young adult, adult, seniors, and elderly. So I want to group them based on these different categories. What can we use to group them? Thank you very much. Who said that? Okay. Chika. All right, so awesome, that was on point. So that's the if function. Yeah, so equal to if, open brackets. So what was the first one? 13 to 19, right? So the assumption is the lowest age should be 13 years, right? So which means if the person is less than 19, that person is a teenager. All right. So now if L2, customer's age, is less than 19, the person is what? Teenager. Do you understand what I just did? This is the logical test. The logical test is if customer's age is less than 19, that's the logical test. If the value is true, then the person is a teenager. But if it's false, what do we do? We'll now use another if statement again. So this is going to be more of a nested if. So if, open brackets, customer's age. So what will be the next one? less than what? 34. Do we agree? Because 20 to 34 is what? Young adults, right? So if the customer's age is less than 34, then what will it be? What should it show? Young adults. Do you understand this? So what's the next one? Comma. If the customer's age less than, what was it? What's the age for adults? Is it 35? 35 to what is the higher limit we're looking at? 49, right? If it's less than 49, then the person is what? Adult. Thank you very much. Comma. So what's next?
Seniors.
If 64, then the person is senior. Seniors. Okay. All right. So what's the last one? If comma if above, that is greater than Abi 65, then the person is what? Elderly. Shikeda. No. So comma, and then we'll do close, 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 and close. No? How many brackets did I open? For each of them before I press enter. Oh. I have to count. 1. So you can also use the color code. So what I usually use is just the color. So there are about 5 brackets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 brackets. So those online, hope we all got that. Oh yes, thank you. Sorry, Tolani noticed something. Sorry, Toluwani noticed something. So the first one should not be if it's less than 19. It should actually be if it's less than or equal to 19. Because if the person is 19, the person is still a teenager, right? Exactly. Yes. So it's the same thing for also young adult and adults. Do you understand? So it should be less than or equal to. 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 And then less than or equal to. So do we understand that? Yes. Thank you. So let's see. So we have you understand, but you didn't write it. Well done. I'm seeing 0. Let's see what I have in 0. Okay. All right. So if it's greater than or equal to 65, we didn't do that. So we said if it's greater than or equal to, so that way we're having that 0. So now let's check our filter. So you can see we have adults, we have elders, we have seniors, teenagers, and young adults. So are we good? Yes. So do we understand the age band? How to categorize them?
So you said if customer name is less than
If it's less than or equal to 19, then the person is a teenager. Then if the customer's age is less than or equal to 34. So for those online, you can also quickly take a snapshot of this. You can quickly screen grab this so that in case you make an error, because most people usually have it a little bit challenging when it comes to working with the if. Want to screenshot too? Yeah, it's too late. So I'm moving on to the next one. Okay, second chance. Is he looking for a camera? So can I move on? All right, thank you. So now, the next one is derive customer value based on spend. It's still the same approach. We don't need to do this one again. Do we need to do it? So I think we can skip it because of time. So this one, if it's less than 15,000, if the customer spends less than 15,000, casual buyers, if it's between 15,000 and 25,000, brand seekers and all. So you can use the same approach. So now let's go on to analyzing our data. So now I want to find out how many. So now I want to determine the revenue by the different countries, right? So what can we do to get the revenue generated in Australia? Like how many male? So what's the total amount of revenue generated by the males in Australia? In Australia, yes. How can we get it? Who wants to help me out? The total revenue generated by all the males in Australia. Total revenue generated by all the males in Australia. Total revenue, that should tell us what? Some, thank you. Generated by the revenue, so we're adding the revenue, right? By all the males in Australia. How many criteria are we dealing with? How many criteria are we looking at? Males in Australia. How many criteria are we looking at? And no, we're summing the revenue, but we're looking at two criteria. All the country and thank you very much. So I'm going to be using some ifs because we have two, we're summing all the revenue based on two criteria, the country and the gender. No, let's do it together. You understand. Thank you very much. So Ola the Pupo, well done. Yeah, so we can use pivot table, but still if function, but we can use thank you, we can use pivot table, but we're doing it more of the traditional way. Pivot table would where will easily give us all of these things easily. But we're going to do it traditionally. That will be equal to sum ifs. What will be the sum range? The range you're summing, the one we're going to add. Revenue. All right, thank you very much. So that's the revenue. So sum range is the revenue. Comma. What's the next one? What's our criteria range one? Criteria range one. So let's use the country. Can we use the country? Can we use the country or the gender? Which one should we use first? So let's use the country. So use the country, comma. What's the criteria? Criteria. What's the criteria one? Australia, thank you. Australia, comma. What's the criteria range two? Gender. So go to gender, comma. What's the criteria two? Male. Is it not male? So we select male. close brackets, and enter. And we have the total. You don't know what I did? So please try it. So it's very simple. Sum ifs, open brackets, the sum range. The sum range is a range you want to sum, which is revenue. Then the next argument is criteria range 1. Remember, we have 2 criteria. The 2 criteria is Australia, so is the country and gender. We are lost. It's not really lost. Try it. Anyway, you get stuck, let me know. You can see it on the screen. So those online, is anyone confused? Dollar, I'm going to put dollar sign so I can phrase the mail, which is our criteria 2. Or do you want me to come again so we'll do it step by step together? Should I come again so we can do it step by step together? So tell me what you'll be telling me what to do. Equal to sum is open brackets Can we see the 3? Can we see all the arguments? So what's the first argument? You can use your system. Be typing it. What's the first argument? So we're selecting revenue. Do we all agree? So the sum range is revenue. So I'm going to my data sheet and I'm selecting revenue. And I press comma. What was the next argument? I should select country. So I select country as my range, comma. Then what's the next one? What's the next argument? No. Criterion 1. What's our criterion 1? Australia. Do you understand why? So we selected the what do you call it? The criteria range, which is country. The next thing we need to select is the criteria, which is Australia. So I'm looking for Australia in country. Do you understand? And the next one will now be gender in male in gender. Do you understand? So we selected country, so we're selecting Australia, comma. So what's the next one? What's the next one? Gender. Thank you very much. So I'm selecting gender, comma. What's the next? No, look at where it's starting from. You've got it zoomed. Yeah. So what's the next one? Male, right? So I'm going to select male. And then I'm going to close my bracket and enter. So do we have our total revenue? But notice what I'll do. I'm going to add something. I'm going to add a dollar sign to where I have my mail, which is E24. So I'm putting a dollar sign. Do you understand why I'm putting a dollar sign? No, it's not because it's money. Absolute referencing. Do you remember when we talked about absolute referencing? Because if I'm going to drag down, I don't want M to change. So the country can change, but I don't want the gender male to change. Does that make sense? So now I'm going to drag down. Because of some so please, if you're having something different, let me know. I'm going to do the same thing for female. So in the case of female, what we change? In the case of female, what we change? Thank you. So the only thing that is changing is gender, which is E25. Sorry, F to become, sorry. It will become now F. So that's it. Are you confused? Value. Do you understand? Mine isn't working. Okay. So why isn't yours working? So please, I'm going to open, just check and see if it's the same thing. Compare one by one and see at what point you missed it. So who have issues? Who's not working? What's the error? So please, what is the error? You give you an error, read the error and correct your mistake because it's also helping you. What's the error then? For this. And so the elements are not complete. That was telling you. So look at it one by one. So it's that's revenue, right? And the other revenue is I selected other district cannot be that's select the country. Yeah, after you select the country, you need to select. So after you select the country, you select Australia. At the end, yeah. You want this one? Huh? After you select the country, select Australia. No. Correct. Selecting the range of the range. I don't select one cell. Where will you search for the Australia? Inside the country. Chica. So after that, select Australia. So select the whole column for countries. Yeah, actually. Come here, command and gender. Why are you going to that sheet? Why are you going to that sheet? Yeah, it's the same. Why are you doing that? Yeah. See, actually, it's two different sheets. Maybe two different sheets. Yeah. Invalid. No, you're saying that. For the meal. I think Rashida is not a meal class. Yes. So are we good? We all get this.
Sir, please, the man is giving me his okay.
Actually, no, I said freeze. What we're trying to do with the dollar sign is we're trying to make this freeze. Make the end absolute. So I can see where I put the dollar sign. Dollar E, dollar 24. Huh? Okay, that's too far. Can we go to the three? What's presence? Here is my mouth. So now let's try. So it's what happened. Exactly, because I need freeze. So as Australia is changing, it's changing. Put your dollar sign. Put it absolute. Where is drag down, right? Everybody put your dollar sign. E23. It's yours B. Yes. So yours put dollar sign before B and dollar sign before 23. Not clearing, just put the dollar sign before. Before the yeah, before the just look. Shift. Dollar sign is shift 4. Yes, shift 4. Yeah. So drag down. What did you cancel? Hey. Before and after the B. Okay. So which one is before B? Show me what is before B. It's now I put this one before B. Oh, that is before. No, that's after the B. After the B. Okay, it's only $1 sign. Please. That's no, I think we'll start enrolling people for English class first before Excel. All right, so can we go on? Do we all get it? Is it working?
No, it's sorry, $1. It's before and after.
Put a dollar before B. Sit here. Can you see Microsoft? Shift 4 before. Immediately after the B, shift 4 after. You were doing it after the number. Okay. All right. So can you sit now? Is it clearer? So in my own case is E. Yeah, column E, but your own case is column B. So do dollar B dollar 23. You're looking at it right there, it's on the screen. Yeah, mine is different. Yeah, 23, yeah, it's fine.
Is that why the figures are?
No, they should be the same. It's not the same. What is your total amount? What is the total? Is the amount the same? Mr. Roland? Roland, the amount, is it the same? If it's not the same, then there's an error. So you need to correct it. Use sum. Remember the shortcuts, alt equal to. 24, no, not correct. The total should be 11 million. Rashida, what's the total? Total revenue for mail. Total revenue for mail. Look at it, do the total now.
Oh, my one has 1,000.
Okay. So now what does this tell us about our products? Who are the kind of people that patronize our products more? And which country patronizes our products more? Which gender patronizes our products more? And which country do we have more sales?
So always my total is 24.
Your what? Ash.
Yes.
Uh,
The more
widen it. Someone wants to help me out. Which gender?
So I was still trying to finish.
Oh, I've not finished it. Okay, please finish it. Bro. Important. By the way, this is 208. All right. Okay, so Rhoda, what happened is if you got the first one, and when you drag down, you're having issues, it's because you didn't freeze your M, that's the mail. So all you need to do is when you click on it, go to the last one. Yours should be like B23 or something. Put a dollar sign before the B. So yours will be reading like this. So I'll put a dollar sign before the B and after the B. Press enter. Once you do that, then you can drag down. If you don't do that, we'll see what will happen. Let me show you. This is most likely what you're getting. Wait, so the first is correct. By the time you now drag down, you've seen 00. So this is what you're getting. And that's because you didn't put your dollar sign. So you need to put your dollar sign before, just immediately after the exclamation mark, before your B, put a dollar sign. After your B, put a dollar sign and enter. Then once you do that, you can drag down. Are we good? What's the issue?
my figure of telling you. First numbers are
So this one is correct, Australia.
yes.
So what of Germany?
From there,
And you dragged down.
yes. In female, the first one is Australia is so correct here. From there,
Okay. In your own case, for the range, you need to put your dollar sign for all the range, so that the range is fixed. So what's happening in your own case is when you drag down, the range also is moving with it. Yeah, so put a dollar sign for the different range. So that's the way you did it for this, for mail. In a different range, put your dollar sign. I'm coming, let me show. Mail more, right?
Yes.
What of the country? Are we good? Okay. So for the age band, we want to determine which of the age band patronizes our product the most. So we want to know whether it is teenagers, young adults, adults, seniors, or elderly. So who would like to tell me what we'll do? So which statement are we using, or what function are we using? Okay, so Rhoda, quickly, I'll grant you co-host so that you can share your screen. I'd like to see. Can you share your screen? Rhoda, would you like to respond to that? Will you be able to share your screen? If you can, let me know yes. If not, you can take a screenshot and then share on the group chat here, and I'll look at it and see exactly what the issue is. Okay, so can you take a screenshot or a picture of what you wrote? So that's the way I usually open. So double click and then take a picture like this. So why is showing like this? So double click and then take a picture like this. I want to see the function that you typed from Australia. So double click and then take a picture and share so you can see. So moving on to age band, revenue by age band. What do we do? How do we get the revenue by age band?
You know when they see
Well, this is the last one. After this, I think we are done. The other ones you can do them at home yourself. How do we get the revenue by age band?
come on, come on now for you. Come on, block this.
So how many criteria do we have in this case? Revenue is what we are summing, right? But how many criteria do we have? We have 5 age bands, but how many criteria are we going to be dealing with? It's just one, which is the age band. And what are we doing? We're summing the revenue with one criteria. So if the person is a teenager, we add the revenue. Do you understand? So I'm going to be using sum if. Yeah, so that if the person is a teenager, it adds the revenue. If the person is not a teenager, it does not add the revenue. So it's going to be sum if. This is more straightforward. So sum if, open bracket. No, I know with pivot table, this is a lot easier. But that's, we did that last week. So sum if, what's the range? So the range is where is our age band. So we'll go to data and then we're going to age band. Remember we created the age band ourselves, right? So click on the age band, comma, what's the next argument? Criteria. What's the criteria? Teenager, comma, what's the sum range? The range we are summing. Revenue, thank you very much. Revenue. And then we close our bracket and enter. So, and then we can drag down. Do you understand what I did? It's sum if, follow the argument. The range, which is age band. Now we created the age band in the data sheet. So you're selecting that range, comma, then you come back and select teenager. Yeah, then comma, then you select the revenue. So the first one is the age band, the one we created. Then followed by teenager. Then followed by the revenue. Okay, so for the last one, what we want to do now is we want to create a chart. Rashida, where do you want to asking for chat or Aliu? Aliu, where do you want to asking for chat? So now let's watch. We want to create a chart for this. Sorry? Which one? A data visualization. Yeah, you do it when you get home. That's what I want to show you now. Yeah. So I'll just do one and then, so now we want to do we want to create a visualization for this. So we have the age band and we have the revenue. We can see that this total revenue is distributed amongst this age band, right? So now I want to see what visualization tool do you think would best describe this data that we have? Is it a pie chart? Is it a bar chart? Is it a graph? Is it a line graph? Is it a scatter chart? Sorry? Bar chart. Why is it a bar chart? Why do you think it's a bar chart?
It will, yeah, to make it exactly like the case.
No, that is a pie chart you're describing. Eh?
The one exactly, that is.
Pie. Thank you. Bar, yes. So, what's your name? Please write down your name again. You like it. So that's why, okay. So I think I support her. I also like it, so let's use it. You don't like it. So basically, you remember, so a pie chart is basically It's perfect for proportions. So when you want to know among a total revenue, how much was located or how much was generated by a certain group of individuals, right? So the pie chart basically helps you to know the proportion. So you can say that this is like the total revenue generated. Amongst all the revenue generated, a certain percentage went to teenagers, right? Was generated by teenagers. A certain percentage was generated by young adults. And so a pie chart is basically the best for this. But we're going to be dealing with this, looking at the country and the total, then we can use a bar chart, because a bar chart is better for distributions and for comparison too as well. So we can easily compare to say, oh, between Australia and Germany, the gap is not so much. Does that make any sense? Yeah, but this one, looking at the distribution. So which age bracket basically gives us or purchases our item the most? I'm speaking to many English, right? Let's just do it. All right, so you select and then, let me remove this. What did you say? So we're selecting the age band and the revenue. Why is this thing interrupting my idea?
I can see you.
So we're selecting the age band and then the revenue, and then we go to insert. I'll select pie chart. So this is our pie chart. So we can see that the blue is for teenagers. So which one has the highest? Looking at it, which one has the highest? Which age band has the highest, generates the highest revenue for us?
Why?
Looking at it, can you see it? Can you see it? So
Come again.
adults, right? So adults patronize which group
What did you say?
patronizes our products the least?
What did you say? What did you say? What did you
Is it
say?
teenagers? Is it seniors?
You can't hear me.
Young adults.
Young adults, is it young adults?
Young adults.
Actually, young adults.
Yes.
Yeah. So which means, let's say you want to advise this company on what demographic they should target. So what will you advise them to? They should target their products to. Thank you. So since adults seems to patronize their product more, they should target adults, right? Yes. But looking at even the graph, we can see that it's not very descriptive. So we can actually add some things. We can add a title. We can also add something called data label. So let's do that. So to your right, you see a plus. Allows you to add the data label. So you can see the amount that is generated by each of the different categories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also what you can look at, what you can see down is actually called a legend. This is called a legend. Can we see it? That's the legend. And then this is the title. To edit the title, you double click and then you can edit. So what should we call this? Revenue by age band. So let's call it revenue by age band. That plus sign, yeah, then you can select the data label. And then you can always change the color if you don't like the color. Like someone was complaining that you couldn't see the color. So what color should we change it to? Which one should we change? So, which one? So we should make it purple. Where is my format? Okay. So let's make it, so say purple. Can you show you able to see purple?
Yeah.
Can you see purple?
Yes.
I'm taking green. Purple, why would you want purple? It's the best color. Okay, well, let's use purple. So you can easily change the color by formatting it. So you select your pie, click on format, and you can change the color. Do you like blue? Blue is okay, right? Royal blue. Royal blue and purple together. Okay. So yeah, so but usually when you're designing your, I think we were looking at dashboard, I would have explained a few concepts. When coming up with a dashboard, it's important to have a theme. When I say like a theme color, what color do you want to work with? So usually you can have like three or four colors that are going to work so that it's very uniform across. Yeah, and that actually has to do with like where you're structuring your dashboard and all. But yeah, that is another class for another day. Exactly, when you come back for masters. So are we good?
Yeah.
And then you can always change the color of your, what do you call it?
I said so relaxing for me to leave the house.
Let's change the color of, which one are we? You said red. And then you can change, where is it? Sorry, shape fill, yellow, let's just use very distinct. And then we'll use green. Green? Green is not showing. Which one do you prefer? And then also, since this is not even showing, we can't. Are we okay with this? The color like that? Okay. Then also, you can also pull out your numbers if you can't see it. It's very flexible. So you just drag it. Eh? What numbers? So it's called data labels. These are data labels. So you just click on data labels. Is that fine? Yeah. And then sometimes it comes actually different types of pie charts. So you can select the pie charts, different styles, and then also different color themes as you wish. So you have different styles and different color themes. But when you start using visualization tools, you realize that you don't really need this. But is this fine? Our television has gone off. So is this fine? Yeah, so this is basically this is our pie chart. And then you can always add other elements to it, but it depends on the position of, so how do you want to position your legend? Also your data label, how do you want it positioned? Your basically your chart element allows you to edit all of that. The same thing with your chart title. Do you want it over, above, or do you want to remove it totally? It basically gives you that flexibility as well. So now that we've done that for our age band. For country, you can select country, hold control, and then you select, what's this? Okay, can you see my screen now? So you select country, hold control, and then you select the total, and you go to your insert. In this case, I said you can use, let's use bar chart. Can we see the bar chart? There are actually different types of bar charts you can use, but most times I like to keep it simple. So you can easily see by a glance that Australia has the highest revenue, then the lowest is Northeast. Right? Yeah. And you can always change the color themes. And then if you want to change individual colors, all you need to do is to select, or you go to insert. Yes. Okay, let me do it again. So I selected the country first, holding down control, I select total. Okay, so Rhoda, if you don't have anyone as a teenager, then go back to your if statement. There's something wrong with your if statement. Most likely, maybe it's not less than or equal to 19. Ensure it's less than or equal to 19. If it's not less than or equal to 19, it would maybe it's showing greater than. Ensure it is less than or equal to 19. Can you confirm that, Rhoda? So ensure that it's showing less than or equal to 19. Oh, you've shared your, okay, I'm just seeing it. I'm just looking at the picture now. Okay, so I think, Rhoda, so the mistake you made for the sum if is you selected J2 under data for your country instead of selecting it under Rhoda sheet. So go to, sorry, is it Rhoda sheet? Sorry, under data analysis assessment cases. So you need to select the country in this sheet, not under your data sheet. That particular, so it shouldn't be J2. The country should be Australia from this sheet that I'm currently looking at, which is data analysis assessment cases. So I shouldn't be seeing data J2. Rather, I should be seeing data analysis assessment cases A24. I should be seeing A24 for your country. For, yeah. So where we have J2, please kindly correct it. So Rhoda, I'm actually referring back to the sum ifs. So under your sum ifs, the issue is you have data J2. It shouldn't be data J2. You need to select the country from this sheet, which is data analysis assessment cases, which is Australia. And that is A4, A20, sorry, A24. Yeah, that's A24. So that's what you should be selecting. I shouldn't see any J2. It shouldn't be J2. So please don't select the country from the general data sheet. That's why you're having that issue you're having when you drag it down. Hope that is noted. That's one. And then two, for your age band, ensure that it is less than or equal to 19. That is most likely where the issue is. Ensure it is less than or equal to 19, not greater than. If it's showing greater than or equal to 19, then no teenager will appear. But it needs to be less than or equal to 19. So just check that and confirm that that's what you did. I hope that answers your question. So Rhoda, just let me know if that helps. Okay, so thank you very much. Less than, not greater than. There's no age for 19 and below. Do we have age for 19 and below? Do we have teenager? We have teenager, yes, but there's 19 and below. Okay. We're actually using the same table, Rhoda, so we should have actually. But don't worry, let me just filter. Let me confirm that. Customer age band. So teenager. So we have some as 0 age. Okay, so
For this one now, if you do the formula, to get the data, some things are the data,
Okay, so I think there's an error with the age. Okay, thank you, Rhoda. So this is from my end. I need to correct that because we cannot have someone that is 2 years. We can't have a customer that is 2 years. So we shouldn't actually have teenagers. Yeah, what's the question? Let me, yeah.
You don't have a teenager.
We shouldn't have we shouldn't have teenager.
From our
Yes. We asked the question asked.
In this, this data analysis, that one, that have 8 bands and we tried some is 8 bands of my teenager, of my revenue, then enter those representatives.
For which one?
revenue by
For which one? For teenager?
teenager.
Yeah, it's correct. Now, that's what I just said. Now.
Is zero.
There's no teenager. There's no teenager, then the revenue is what? Why is it sounding strange?
We try to do it.
We want to manufacture numbers.
Okay.
Oh, you're blaming Anil now. All right, so that's been corrected. Thank you, Rhoda, for drawing my attention to that. So yeah, so we shouldn't be having teenager. So now we don't have teenager again. So that's been corrected. Thank you very much, Rhoda. Okay, so automatically that will also affect. So we have 0. Or so can you see my own 0? Are you happy now? Can you see my 0?
But my young adult also is new.
Why? Your young adult cannot be 0. So this already this is 2:30 already. We need to bring this class to a close. So who else got 0 for young adults? What's a young adult?
About the same place from adults. But this it's the same thing.
But it's only that young adult. It's different from us. But the adult, seniors, and everybody is the same. Okay.
Sorry?
I said the values are the same. But the only difference is that young adult.
For you guys.
Yeah, with yours. That's the only difference.
Okay, so there's one way to know. Let's find the total. You know, we found the total before. So does it tally? Remember this, we found the total revenue before. The total revenue was 21 million. And the total revenue I'm having after doing the breakdown is still 21 million. So mine is correct. Do your total. Do you understand? Just total the revenue based on the age band. So Toluwani, for the age, are you talking about the charts that we did or how I got the revenue for the age band? Which of them? Please let me just clarify so I know. So I didn't make it to be 0. It's actually 0. There was an error in my code when I did it. So use dated if. Okay, how did I get the revenue? All right, let me do it again. Is sum if open bracket range. The range is my age band, comma. Then the criterion 1 is Criteria one is teenager, comma, and then the sum range is the revenue. Revenue, close bracket, enter. And then you can drag it down. You have a total. And you have you gotten this? No. What's the total revenue? 20. So there's an error, obviously, right? And then correct it now. So if no, then correct it. Go back to your data sheet and correct it. So the error is mostly coming from your if statement. So check your if statement and ensure you have it is correct, less than or equal to for young adults. So click on the first one and then check the if statement. Less than or equal to what? 34. It's less than or equal to 34. Okay. And but the other things are correct. Yes. But even this calculation is correct. So, and then here you have but before you get used to this, that's all of this. I'll show you one of the codes that Rumi, I inside it. Check out the inside. That's what sets it down. I didn't like Rumi. So are we good? Any question? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? We spent a lot of time on this. Sorry? So let me do the pie chart again, brother. So let us do it together. So I selected the age band. Oh, why is this always disturbing my screen? Okay, so I selected the age band and the revenue. Insert pie chart. Let's keep it simple. And then if you want to edit the title, double click. I use Ctrl A to select it after I double clicked the chart title. Then I called it revenue by what? Age band. So that's the title. Then also I want to show the amount. So I go to plus and I click on data labels. If I want it to be outside, I mentioned that you can go to under your design, you can go to add element, and then you can reposition your data label for it to be outside. And you can also manually select and pull. So Rhoda, hope that answers your question. So now can you edit it? And then also we can, let's position our legend to be on the left. Yeah. So that's how you play around. If you want it to, you can also change the background. If you want to change the background of but let me not make it too complicated. Let's keep it simple. That's how you get.
It's not showing the values.
Yes, yeah, click on data label, that plus, then check data labels. So if yours is not so, what will happen if you're using, since you're using an older version of Excel, once you click on it, go to design. And look for add chart element or chart element. Can you see chart elements? So thank you everyone. I hope you had an insightful class and you learned a few things today. And I hope you now have it way in terms of how to go about solving the assignments. So please, if you have any question at any point in time, do not hesitate to reach out to. Okay. And then also the recording is available, so we'll share the recording so that you can take your time to go through it again in case you need clarity. Thank you for an insightful class, and I wish you all success in everything. Thank you very much. We're done now. After my closing remark, I don't do anything after closing remark.
Imagine there is no revision for this assessment.
You would have figured it out now. It's simple, you know.
Simple thing.
All right, so those online, hope you are good. Thank you, everyone, and let's have a wonderful evening. I've seen some chats. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.